Welcome to the Prospecting Today podcast, and today we're joined with Josh Chillison of Forewarn, which is a very interesting company I came across when I was thinking about ways for real estate agents to keep themselves safe during this time. I know a lot of people are social distancing. We're all dealing with the coronavirus, but this company was interesting to me because they go out and they vet people according to their finances, it looks like, and maybe their criminal histories. We'll see. Josh is going to talk to us about it. And then you only meet up with the people that pass their background check, or what is it, Josh? Tell us a little bit about Forewarn.
Yeah, so the idea of Forewarn is really to just simply know who you're dealing with before you have any kind of serious engagements with them. So obviously we usually think of that as being in-person interactions. But even if you're dealing with somebody virtually, right, we're already seeing an increase, unfortunately, in real estate-related scams. It was already high. I think it was the FBI quoted as being, I think it was around fourth on their list in terms of cyber crimes in 2019, with over 220 million in terms of gross loss nationally. And so that's only going to rise now that we're all thinking about kind of what does this new virtual world look like, even if it's only temporary. But again, just kind of knowing who is it that I'm dealing with here? Are they who they say they are? And good or bad, who's this person from their identity, obviously criminal records, property records, all the properties they've owned, bankruptcies, liens, judgments, have a clear picture of kind of who they are, what the potential risks might be, and just kind of are they being straight with you.
And so what do you run a background check? I know you said, it sounds like you run a financial history if you find their properties, but give us a better idea of how do you dig into these people?
Yeah, so for one, it's a pretty simple process from the user's perspective. So if you're a real estate agent, so first of all, that is a requirement to get access to Forewarn, is we have to verify that you're a licensed real estate agent to give you access. But once you have access to Forewarn, you can have the app on your phone where you're able to search anybody by their phone number or by their name. And so we have coverage of over 98% of the adult population in the country. And so in a couple seconds, you just from searching the phone number they called you from, that may be the only thing that you know is real about that person during your first conversation, or from a lead that just came through from maybe one of your listings or your advertising. But you can search that person, and again, you've got their identity. So first and foremost, you verify who they are, their age, and then you have a full picture on all this, a report essentially that will show you all that information. So you've got name, age, current address, and then there's different categories for, again, like criminal records, property records. So we'll pull into one place all the properties they've ever owned anywhere in the country, and you'll be able to see which ones they currently still own, if any. And it'll show you if there's a loan on the property. So you have, again, kind of a clear picture of, what their capacity has been for transactions to this point. Maybe they own 5 properties all over the country. Maybe they've never owned any properties ever. And maybe they're telling you that they've owned properties all over the place, and you can see that they never have. So again, there'd be maybe some red flags that could potentially be raised to say, hey, something seems off. This person is saying all the right things, but it doesn't line up. They're saying they're from here, they own a place here, that they're just selling their property there. You'd be able to, again, verify if that's true or not, and just know, is this truly, what they're telling me correct?
Which I would think would be so powerful and such good information to know, because I know as a female, if I was a real estate agent, which I'm not, I'm a journalist, but if I was a female real estate agent meeting some of these people alone at night, I would want to know that they've been vetted before I go to meet them. Do you have any examples of where your company has helped a real estate agent stay safe?
We do. So we actually have a number of testimonials. It's a section of our website where I actually want to build out. It's on my list of things to do. But you can see there's a few that have been posted on our Facebook page, on our customers' Facebook pages, for example, via social media, just people saying, hey, thank you. I had a really close call. And so, yes, there are a number of stories of people that were some that are really scary in the sense that they almost went to meet with somebody who later that same person did lure another agent into a similar situation, and something bad happened. So still, it's obviously a great story, great outcome for that person, but kind of scary because it was, and sad because unfortunately somebody was ultimately victimized through the process. But yes, so we do hear stories like that all the time, and thankfully people are more and more, as they learn about our product, they're able to protect themselves by vetting, knowing who they were dealing with beforehand, before they put themselves into a vulnerable situation, especially if it's going to be in person and potentially alone. Obviously, that's the ultimate risk. As far as a female agent, as you mentioned, that would be it can be a dangerous situation. So it's just good to have that peace of mind, knowing as you go into a situation that, hey, this person, again, everything seems to make sense, seems to line up. Typically, the people that have bad intentions will, they're trying to hide their identity. They're trying, or if they're not hiding it, they oftentimes will have a track record, and you can see it, and you can say, hey, I'm dealing with somebody they've they just, extreme example, but they just got out of prison for assault with a deadly weapon. You would see that on their record and say, hey, again, maybe this person legitimately does do a transaction, and you can still help them. We're not saying that you shouldn't help people, but you're not going to take any risks, cut any corners. You're certainly not going to maybe be alone with that person.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a tool in which you can be safer with your interactions with people, but also save yourself some time by making sure you're dealing with somebody that could even afford to purchase the very home you're showing them and or listing for, or whatever it needs to be. So did we cover everything that your company offers real estate agents? Is there something that I'm missing, Josh?
No, it's pretty simple. That's the beauty of our product. The cost of it, if anybody's interested in getting it or curious, it's $20 per month. We do have a 12-month agreement or commitment up front. So basically it's $240 a year. And you're able to search as much or whenever you need to. You can access our product via the Forewarn app on your smartphone or from any internet browser, be it on a phone, a tablet, like a laptop, desktop, computer. But if you're a licensed agent, we have a credentialing process that takes a couple days, and then we can get you set up and running with the product.
So is it something that I just put somebody's name in my app on my phone, and then I can see everything from criminal background to assets they may own?
Exactly. Yeah. So just to be clear, it's not running a credit check on the person, so you don't have to have their permission to look up somebody, and they don't have to grant you access, and they actually don't. In fact, you should not tell somebody that you're looking them up in our system. In fact, it's something that when you look someone up, they'll never know. It doesn't, like I say, doesn't ping their credit or anything like that, but it does pull up their bankruptcies, their liens, their judgments, so you can see if they've obviously had a bankruptcy in the last couple of years. That's gonna be something you want to at least talk about in terms of if they, how are they planning on transacting? Is it cash, or they're looking to get a loan? Hey, that's an area I'm gonna have to probe in just to make sure they understand that they may have to have a larger down payment. We're gonna have to make sure they get pre-qualified. So it will, to your point, save you both time in terms of potentially wasting time, running down a path that really you could address up front and say, hey, this could be a potential obstacle for them to transact.
Yeah. So how long has Forewarn been on the market?
About 2.5 years now. Our parent company is called Red Violet. We're publicly traded. We're traded on the NASDAQ. And so we are a subsidiary of kind of a larger data set. There's a number of companies that we provide various similar types of information products to other industries like law enforcement, banking, insurance companies, private investigators, attorneys. So Forewarn was the most recent product that we launched specifically for the real estate space, because we saw there obviously was a need out of all those industries. I mean, obviously banking has some obvious needs for verifying who people are that are setting up new accounts to prevent money laundering and things like that, having fake accounts set up. But obviously agents have a similar need, right, to know who they're dealing with. Is this person legitimate? Are they real? Or are they giving me fake information? So both from a safety as well as from a fraud or a scam prevention perspective. So yeah, we saw that as a definite need for the industry a couple of years ago, and thankfully we've been growing quickly, and it's something that obviously agents can buy on their own from us. We focus on trying to actually reach out to realtor associations and MLSs there's about 100 associations and MLSs around the country now that are actually providing Forewarn as a free benefit to all their members. So we just announced the state of Connecticut a few months ago is providing it, for example, to all agents across the state of Connecticut, about almost 17,000 of them that now have free access to Forewarn to make sure they're being safe and smart in their interactions.
Are you guys the only company like this on the market, do you know? Like, is there a lot of competition in this space, or is it just Forewarn?
It's a good question. So yeah, I mean, there's not really, not what we do. There are some other similar products out there that are a lot more expensive that are, they're just not really comparable. There are some very high-end products that are very difficult to get access to. But no, we're the only ones that do anything like this, where we tie it into a very simple app on your phone that allows you to do it in a couple seconds and is this inexpensive. So although, other things out there will cost you literally thousands of dollars to have something that's not really even as fast or as mobile. So really, no, there's not anything else out there that is comparable to this.
Well, thank you so much, Josh, for giving us your time and letting all of our agents that watch Prospecting Today know about this product. And if they want to learn more about Forewarn, where do they find that information?
Yeah, they can go to our website, which is forewarn.com. And they can either obviously peruse information there. They can actually submit an application right there through the Solutions tab on our page there, or submit an inquiry, or there's a phone number on there where they can call us if they have any questions, or if they'd like to see even a demo of the product, and we'd be happy to help.
Okay, fantastic. And I'll go ahead and put that in the show notes as well so that they can just click on that link. So thank you again, Josh. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you letting us know about this product.